Running Talhundreth then. The first things for DMs to know is that Gibbet's Crossing is down here, and the crypt is down here. But surely your players are going to do this location first. So let's look at this place, and then I'll do them in the order they are in the book, separating them separately just in case your insane players try to pull one over you by doing them backwards or something. The Cult of the Obelisk are transformed humans, mutated by far realm energies. The cultists even worship the offspring of an encephalon cluster who won't stray from the obelisk's side. What the hell's an encephalon cluster? We'll look at stats at the end. So really there's like 3 things to know. The one thing, the shard is here. You probably knew that. Second is there's a Medusa now living here. Does that count as her lair then? Do Medusas get lair actions? Well, it does say that Medusas have lairs. They live forever in seclusion and they don't like reflective surfaces in their lairs, but doesn't actually have lair actions. But that's why you're the DM. You can give them lair actions. Finally, there is the cult leader, Ontharix Henlifel. What were you expecting, like Ted Smith? Ontharix's sons have come to see if their dad can have sense talked back into him. This place is unlit. Make sure your players understand there's no lights. Area 1 then. There's a wrapped up body propping open one of the stone doors. It's a withered corpse. Just kind of sets the tone a bit. Down the steps into Area 2. 2 boulders are outside a room. I would personally describe all those statuey looking things as just huge rocks. And then when the Galeb do activate, nice little shock. Fremine and Frowood guard Area 3. They go in Area 3 and they see a lady with snakes for hair studying sockets on a wall. Have her shush the players, but beckon them in smiling. So they don't instantly think, Medusa, kill her. They're like, wait, what? She's like, come on in, but be quiet. There's 3 statues of kneeling people dotting the room. There's also another Galeb writing on a stone tablet. Now she may say,
Just bow your heads down on one knee before the majesty and the magic that's in this room.
She's setting them up to be petrified. A fight may ensue, but all she wants is as many of them turned to stone as possible. Off 3 is Area 4. A small caved-in room has a bed that the Medusa sleeps in. Maybe snake scales on the pillow? A little crawl through a gap to room 8 is actually possible by small people. Area 5, 3 stands holding weapons and more around the walls. 3 suits of armour. You know, nothing going on here, nothing to be afraid of. Wait! One's a helmed horror, 2 are animated armours.
Squad tactics routine.
And they embrace battle practice. Area 6 is a bedroom with a battered great axe with an immovable rod as the handle. Look at that layer. Area 7's got like broken weapons in and maybe row upon row of armour so that 6 dust mephits can hide behind them. 1 white is also hiding. They're actually scratching at the lock, trying to get through it, and they're filling it with dust. Area 8 has 3 locks then. One of them can be open, one of them can be dust filled, as I said, and then the other one has to be picked or got past. Inside there's just stuff. Coins, gems, potion of invulnerability, yeah, and eyes of minute seeing, or glasses, as they're also known. Area 9 has 4 stone chairs, one of which is covered in blood. There's bones scattered around that bloody chair. It's only goat bones. Got sacrificed by a wandering cultist. Now, Area 10 is the sort of thing that annoys me. There's a bunch of similar rooms here. It feels like a quarter of the map just gets thrown away to nothing of interest. Except one room does have Falfolk, a human mutate. The humans can be described however you want, or you can look at Curse of Strahd in the Abbey section. So in Curse of Strahd they have something called mongrel folk. For example, one mongrel folk might have the basic body shape of a dwarf with a head that combines the features of a cat and a lizard, 1 arm that ends in a crab's pincer, and 1 leg that ends in a cloven hoof. Another might have the skin and horns of a cow, the eyes of a spider, frog's legs, and a scaly lizard's tail. So basically, weird stuff. Human centipede. Also, there's an encephalon G-mule watching over Folfark. I imagine he talks like a bad TV evangelist, and he tries to get the party to offer the smallest player, or at least a piece of them, to the G-mule to be eaten. 11 is got a broken stone table, metal chests, rubble, remains of dwarves and mind flayers. There is an intellect snare lurking behind some chests. It shows kind of a psychic image, like a Star Wars, help me Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. There is an alchemy jug also here. Area 12 is like a kitchen out of Fantasia, like a magical kitchen. Still just a kitchen though. Area 13 is just a pantry. No, that's it, just a pantry. Wait, there's a secret door. Area 14, 3 drow on bedrolls. Erden, Thalia, Velios. The brothers of the crazy father are just about to be discovered next door, but these are the extended teammates of the brothers. You know, they would probably say our compatriots are looking for their father. 15, 2 more drow are resting next door. They are the brothers looking for their father. Stupid names, Nathalin and Yanthadil. These will ask the players to help if they give them a slightest chance. Yanthadil has a precept of health. 16 is the library. The granite ledger makes 2 earth elementals rise up.
You wear Dumathine's symbol?
And if they don't, they get Hulk smashed. 17's where they keep all the rubble. Holy joking, there's a dwarf statue as well. It has a cultist reworking the statue called Melina. She's correcting the statue to look like an encephalon cluster. There are 4 of those eating up stone chips around its base, because Melina is high up. 18, 4 hooded people praying. The basins are used to cleanse the cultists before worship. 4 humanoid mutates, or freaks, Ontharix himself, Charles and Harley, and who could forget Paulum, are here with him. And basically Ontharix is a tricky individual who will basically try and strategically split the party and the brothers and kill them. 19 is a procession hall. Painting of eye sockets and hands are the only thing left on these once painted walls. Then 20 is the crypt entrance. Carving of a gem-filled mountain. Only a complete gift opens the crypt beyond. 14 carvings around a gem slot. Each carving is more detailed than the last, but they're kind of jumbled up. You're basically cracking a safe, so you spin the dial and then insert the gem. If you do it wrong, you get thunder damaged. 21 is a fire-scorched hall with a dwarven statue carved into the wall. A smashed altar has a hopping brain-shaped egg monster near it. A black shard glows green on the rubble, the obelisk fragment itself. Here endeth the lesson. Let us look at some stats. Right guys, we've got 16 things to get through. And yes, daytime. Cold reality of daylight. So we'll be using these. For the Medusa, we'll be using this beauty. Caleb Dur. Armor class of 16. 117 health in my world. Oh, they only shuffle 15 feet and yet they can roll 30 feet. That's cool. I didn't know that. Okay, resistant to standard against non-magical stuff. You'd expect that, it's stone. Immune to poison because it doesn't have like a biology, I guess. You can't paralyze it, petrify it, obviously. Yeah, it's motionless. It can roll into you. Very platformy video game monster, isn't it? Slams you for +8. That's quite beefy. 12 average bludgeoning. Once a day, it can also animate up to 2 other boulders. And they also have the stats of Caleb Durs. More +8 to attacks. These are cool. Now, if you notice on those steps earlier, there were other ones nearby as well. So you can really scale up the meaty stone fist to the face against your party if you want. You know, 5 can become 10 quite easily. Let's see what Keith has to say about Medusas. Ahem. They are intelligent enough to lay traps and plan, enough wisdom to carefully choose targets and avoid battles that they won't win. Medusa can stay hidden from threats and lure trespassers to their doom. The 2 distinct features, snake hair and petrifying gaze. Petrifying gaze is 30 feet range. A creature has to be able to see the Medusa for its petrifying gaze to have an effect. This means that despite its dark vision, the Medusa is ill-served by hiding in darkness. It needs at least dim light, which this place is completely unlit, if you remember. Finally, although the feature is easily misread as affecting only one creature at a time, it in fact says when a creature that can see the Medusa's eyes starts its turn within 30 feet, it gets to do a save. Not one creature, any and every creature. There's more to it, go by it. A Medusa's AC is 15, and I would do 187 health. If you don't know, I do full hit points for monsters and players. So Petrifying Gaze, multi-attack, 3 attacks, longbow at range, shortbow and snake hair. And she's got her bodyguard, the Gale of Dur, +8, and hopefully she petrifies at least one of them. So lair actions, traps in it really, tripwires, dart traps. But her biggest weapon is luring them in and saying, Neil, just, I'm nice. Deception. Helmed Horror looks damn cool. Armor class of 20. Plate, armor, shield. 88 health. Resistant to a bunch of things. Immune to force, necrotic, and poison. Advantage on saving throws. Immune to 3 spells chosen by its creator, you, the DM. Kinda gives you the allowance to give it immunity to whatever first 3 spells are cast on it that you don't like. How cruel do you want to be? Longsword +6, 8 slashing or more if two-handed. Animated armor we've done before, AC 18, 2 attacks +4, 5 bludgeoning damage each. Immovable rod is that handle then. This flat iron rod has a button on one end. Use an action to press the button. It becomes magically fixed in place anywhere. The rod doesn't move, it even defies gravity. It can hold up to 8,000 pounds of weight, and then it will move. A creature has to use a DC 30 strength check to move the rod up to 10 feet on a success. Dust Mephits AC 12, 30 health, they fly. Vulnerable to fire, they also explode in a burst of dust and can blind people for a minute. You can't put them to sleep. They have claw attack +4, 4 average slashing damage. It can exhale a 15-foot cone of blinding dust. The white, I don't even know why it's there. It's just thrown in. You could replace it with any crypt-dwelling creature. But for what it's worth, AC 14 with its studded leather, 66 health, resistant to necrotic as well as non-silvered weapons, 2 longsword +4, 6 slashing or 7 two-handed, longbow range +4, hit 6 piercing damage. Or the life drain, 5 necrotic damage, a con save, and your hit point max is reduced. If you're completely killed, you come back as a zombie. Potion of Invulnerability. For 1 minute after drinking this potion, you have resistance to all damage. The eyes of minute seeing are so dull. These crystal lenses fit over the eyes. While wearing them, you can see much better, out to a range of 1 foot. You have advantage on intelligence investigation checks. Yes, that bad. An Encephalon Cluster, AC of 13, 187 health, a blind sight of 60 feet, can legendary resist saving throws 3 times a day. Has advantage on saves as well. It has a slam attack +10, and you can do 2 of those, 17 bludgeoning average +10 psychic damage average. Then it's a DC 18 saving throw or you're prone. And if the target dies, it consumes the player. Oh yes. Turning them into a G-Mule. A reaction. Aggressive hunger. Immediately after being hit by an attack, the cluster moves towards its attacker without provoking opportunity attacks. It can then make a slam attack. Humanoid Mutate AC 14, 100 health, can fly. I would say some have wings, some don't. 2 unarmed strikes or nightmare blast attacks. Unarmed strike +6, 7 bludgeoning +10 psychic, nightmare blast +6, 7 psychic, and a DC 12 wisdom save or you're frightened. Reactions, defensive flight. Immediately after taking damage, it can move up to its flying speed and doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Hey, love it. Alchemy Jug. This ceramic jug appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid. Whether full or empty, sloshing sounds can be heard even if it is empty. Use an action and name 1 liquid to be in it. Pour out up to 2 gallons a minute. So there's a table here for acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water or wine. Standard drow is 24 health, AC 15, can't be put to sleep, and has advantage on saving throws against being charmed. Few spells here, fairy fire, kinda like that. +4 with a short sword, equaling 5 average damage. Hand crossbow, the same. But the crossbow has poison on, so requires a con save. Above that, the 18 armor-classed Drow Elite Warrior is like 110 damage-ish. Similar Fey Ancestry, similar spells, +7 with a short sword, equaling 7 piercing, +10 poison. Hand crossbow, +7 to hit, 7 piercing, and a con save for poisoned again. A reaction of a parry. It adds 3 to its AC once it would have been hit. The 2 Earth Elementals. AC 17, 180 health. It burrows up through the floor or into the floor. Has some immunities, double damage to objects and structures. Your slams are +8 and 14 bludgeoning damage on average. Encephalon Gemules, or Gemule, whatever you want to say. AC 14, 72 health. The speed's 40 feet, remember that. Has blind sight to 30 feet. Advantage against magic. Its psychic slam is +6 and it's 16 psychic damage on average. Bonus action, leech. It targets a creature within 5 foot, makes a DC 14 dex saving throw, or it enters that space and attaches to the target. The target will take 7 piercing every turn, and as an action the creature can try and detach it on a DC 15 strength save. Well, that was a lot. Hope it helps. Goodbye. Thank you for hanging around, guys. I am deep into running Strixhaven, and it's a lot of homebrew involved. And I'm trying to do this series as well, and I ran Death House for some of my Facebook community the other day, like 4.5 hours. Editing that down, just a nightmare. Anyway, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I didn't think I'd get to 1,000 subscribers, and now I'm kind of thinking, will I ever get to 2? But, you know, time will tell. In the meantime, here's a couple of cool pictures I found on the internet, and take care. See you in another video.